Good evening and welcome to Champions Field here at Stadium Park in Delphos, Ohio, where tonight WSM brings you an MAC matchup this evening. The undefeated Coldwater Cavaliers are here with a 6-0 record. They're 5-0 in the conference, and they're here to play the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays. Their team is 2-4. They are 1-3 in conference play. My name is Mark Scheim. My pleasure to do play-by-play this evening. My good friend Jerry Snodgrass. And Jerry, the weather is significantly different than a week ago, and we've got an MAC matchup tonight.
Week 7,
yes.
And we've got this weather, and they're lucky it's homecoming as well. And you're right, what a great MAC game.
Yeah, and last week I think a whole lot of ladies had their homecoming hairdos wrecked in that wind and rain we had a week ago. Let's go through our game keys. First of all, for the visiting Coldwater Cavaliers, again, Chip Otten's team 6-0, 4-0 in the conference. Game keys for them.
Well, first of all, with a quarterback change for Delphos St. John's, Coldwater, they want to put pressure on that quarterback. They want to make him make decisions that, will hopefully for them result in turnovers. 2, they have to dominate special teams. And I will tell you this, after watching their punter in pregame, they have a very good chance of doing that. And thirdly, they need to be efficient actually on both sides of the ball on third down, meaning they've got to stop them on third down, and they have to convert on third downs.
Todd Schulte's team 2-4, 1-3 in the conference. They have just been wrecked by injuries this year. And on homecoming night, what are the keys for them?
Well, first of all, I say this, I can throw all kinds of things in this, but execute, because execution, 1, cuts the turnovers. 2, it shortens the game, and I think that's something they're going to need to do in order to compete and have a chance to win the game. 2, they need to win the turnover battle, and I think, you talk to any coach at this point in time, they all want to do that. I mean, that's just a necessity if you're going to stand a chance, especially when you're outmanned a little bit. And 3, obviously, they need to prevent the big play.
Big play offense has been a big thing that Coldwater has done this year. That's our pregame show this evening from Champions Field here in Stadium Park in Delphos. We'll be back with the opening kickoff after this. You're watching high school football at WOSN. We're back at Champions Field here at Stadium Park in Delphos, where tonight our scoreboard is brought to you by Layfeld Industrial Welding Supplies with locations in Coldwater and in Greenville. Mark Schein, Jerry Snodgrass. Jerry, it is 74 degrees. There's a very light breeze. In fact, virtually no breeze whatsoever. It'll be in the mid-60s by the time tonight's over. Very nice night for October football.
And we're in week 7.
And we are in week 7. That we are. Here we go. That is hard to believe, isn't it? When you look at the schedule where we're at right now, just looking at all the other sports WSN covers, the tournament draws are this weekend.
Yes, that's hard to believe.
Soccer and so on. So be checking out WSN, our website, for the games coming up after we have a chance to peruse some of those matchups that will take place on the weekend. But right now, it's MAC football. Delphos St. John's won the toss this evening. They elected to defer, which means Coldwater will get the football first this evening. Coldwater averages 38.3 points per game. They rush it for 191.3. They pass it for 148.2, a total of 339.5 yards per contest for them. The quarterback will be Balin Blockberger. Balin is 62 of 84. He's thrown 2 picks this year, 886 yards, and 14 scores. Here's St. John's to kick off. This will be done by Austin Arnold. And it will sail and stay. I thought it was going to stay in bounds.
I did too.
Kicked out of bounds, so we'll get a penalty on that.
Good field position to start.
Our officiating crew this evening, the guy in a white hat will be Chris Ewald. Line judge is Steve Silscott. Back judge is Tony Steinball. The umpire is Michael Sparks. And the head linesman is Mark O'Dowd. It's our officiating crew this evening. And they're going to make him kick it over. So we'll back it up and redo this time from the 35-yard line, as Arnold will get another shot at this one.
Well, you're right. He has no wind to worry about or to use, so just another kickoff.
Ethan Elander and looks like Braxton Taylor are deep to return this kick. And there's the kick. That's going to sail down towards Taylor. Braxton's going to take it to his left. And runs past the first guy, got past the second guy.
Really?
Gable was
and
there
good coverage that time by St. John's.
So here comes the Coldwater Cavaliers, Chip Otten's team. Balin Blockberger again is the quarterback. He wears number 15. They use kind of a backfield by committee. Miles Potcotter at 24, Cody Depwig at 25 are the primary running backs. And they will get the football on their own 36-yard line.
Well, a lot of weapons to go with. They're very well rounded. I love those big hogs up front on the line, and they have a lot going for them.
Blackburger will go under center. Depwig followed by Pot Cotter, and this will be a handoff. Nope, going to fake it. Blackburger's going to look downfield, throw it deep. He's got a guy out to Obringer, and a battle for the football. And what do we got?
I think in a joint one, I think it's going to be a reception.
Obringer went up and got it in traffic. He was fighting back there with Austin Schaefer, and you're right, Jerry. Tie goes to the.
Well, nothing like coming out and going long right on that first play and establishing yourself, establishing the passing game.
Right away, we have a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down as the ball goes to the 22-yard line. 50-yard play right there. This time, Blackburger will be in the gun. And that play goes for nothing. Carry was by Cody Depwig. Cody came in with 255 yards rushing on the season.
It's hard to tell who made that stop, but I think the entire defensive line.
No gain that time. Depwig will set up to the right of Blackburger this time. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Blackburger looks, got a man coming open in the middle. That's Obringer again. And will that be a first down? It is.
St. John's is in a 4-3 defense with, 2 corners and 2 safeties, back, and they're just throwing underneath that.
Another Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down. And, Jerry, that ball is just the nose of it inside the 10-yard line, which means they cannot get a first down. 4th play of the drive coming up. Depwig in front of Pot Cotter. This is Pot Cotter. Picks his way past the 10-yard line to about the 8.
Good solid stop again on that inside. That's the 2nd or 3rd play they've run inside, and Delphos St. John as they'll just stop every bit of that right now.
They have been beset by injuries this year. They lost Wirtz earlier in the season. He got to play just 3 games. Boggs went down. Both those guys played both ways, were instrumental. This time, Blackburger's alone in the backfield. Puts Elander in motion. This is Elander on a jet sweep, and they get to him. Nice defensive play out there by Riley Mueller.
Riley Mueller has 51 tackles of his own this year, 32 solos.
So they lost a yard, back to about the 9. That'll make it 3rd and goal. Good defensive play, stepped up. And
great read by that outside linebacker, Riley Mueller.
That it was. Blackburger has Depwig with him in the backfield this time. On his right hip. Blackburger looks, going to take it himself up the middle. He's got room to run, and he piles into the end zone.
And a great read that time by Blackburger. He dropped back to pass. They had 5 defensive linemen up, saw that gap in there, and just took it.
Blackburger had rushed for 221 yards before this evening. That's his first score, however. Our touchdown center brought to you by Burke Petroleum. And on to do the PAT work is one of the best around, Bryce Couchot. He has made 27 of 29 PAT attempts this year. Couchot. And 3 minutes plus into this. Coldwater Cavaliers will take a 7-0 lead. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Our first down sponsor tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Jerry Snodgrass, Coldwater strikes with a couple of passes, and then they power the ball into the end zone.
Well, very well rounded, using the passing game, using the running game, and just a great read that time by Blackburger, in order to take that in.
6 plays, 64 yards, 3:06 went off the clock. Couchot has had 12 touchbacks on kickoffs this year. This one instead will head into the hands of Connor Gaynor. And Connor picks his way up over the 25. And we'll start over about the 28-yard line. Let's see, they run out at quarterback. Again, Boggs had been the quarterback till he was injured. Coach originally said it would be Christian Young, who wears number 8. Let's see who he puts out there.
I know we're both anticipating that. You know, one of the things that, you know, Coach Otten said, you know, that was such a key to this game is to pressure. Yeah, he's coming out.
He is.
And, you know, is to pressure the quarterback. And that's going to be a tough situation for that kid's first start.
5'10", 160. He is a sophomore. In the backfield with him will be Nick Gaynor. 5'8", 140 freshman. Man in motion, Schaefer. Hand off the left side, off the right side, and the left side of the Coldwater. Ball's loose. It's out, and we're going to get a fumble recovery. Give that to Mason Welch.
You know, Mark, one of the things that, you know, I talked about pressuring the quarterback on that, something I have not mentioned too much yet, but they're Coldwater, the Cavaliers are a very senior-laden team. And I say senior-laden, you know, obviously they have a huge roster, but most of those, all but 2 starting on the defensive side of that, are seniors, and they're good.
That they are. We'll give you their defensive numbers coming up here in a moment. Right now they have great field position, already leading 7-0 on our Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies scoreboard. Blockberger will go under center again. Depwig and Potcotter behind him. This will be Potcotter on toss sweep. He's got room on the edge. Potcotter, and he gets a block downfield. Did he get to the end zone?
Nope.
He's just short. Tried to pick his way behind a block from Caleb Schrader. Got down to about the 2, let's say.
Yeah, Schrader was good blocking on the outside of that. Good blocking on the edge that allowed him to, you know, take that edge. Again, thought he got in, but just a yard short.
That also is Lee's famous recipe chicken first down. Same formation. Actually, number 29 now is in the backfield. That's Braxton Taylor. He scored 3 touchdowns this year. Handoff in the front. That goes to Depwig, and Cody is into the end zone. So opportunistic Coldwater scores on the fumble recovery and a short field.
And not the way that St. John's wanted to start the game, but again, give credit to the defense for the Cavaliers.
Couchot in for the PAT attempt after the Burke Petroleum touchdown. And we're short a guy. Got to run a guy in. Still 15 on the play clock.
And that was the center that came in.
He might be
tough
important
to run the play without him.
There's the kick. And it sails through. With 8:27 to go here in our opening quarter, it's Coldwater 14, Delphos St. John's nothing. You're watching high school football, WOSN. The Cavaliers have put a pair of touchdowns on the board here early in quarter number 1. Our touchdown sponsor is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available. That's 800-776-3097. Well, first of all, they drove it, Jerry. Then they got optimistic after a turnover, and Coldwater's got 2 quick scores.
Well, and again, you know, that front defensive line, those 3 defensive linemen for Coldwater. You know, you're talking about Kunk at 6'7", 205, Layfeld at 6 foot 195, and Will Berry at 6'4", 225, and a good linebacking core. It's going to be very, very tough to run on them.
Couchot has now put 13 balls into the end zone following touchdowns, and Delphos St. John's will take over on their own 20-yard line.
We go double flanker and we go 4 fullbacks. We got to tell both tight ends they're stepping down super hard, almost leaving.
The one play resulted in a fumble that was recovered by Mason Welch and put Coldwater in business. Second possession now for St. John's. They rushed it for 122 on the season. They've thrown it for 121. They average about 17 points a game. And that ball snapped high and through the into the back of the end zone. Who's going to get to it? Scramble for it, and is it?
I think they got it.
A 6.
Is it a touchdown or is it a touchdown?
The Hitchy boys, baby.
So the bad snap results in a scramble into the end zone. That also results in a Coldwater touchdown. So a couple of negative plays for St. John's has cost them dearly.
Boy, tough situation right now. You know, you got a lot of young players playing in there against a very veteran defense. A lot of first-time starters.
Couchot on again. Kicks that one through again. Another Burke Petroleum touchdown. It's 21-0 Cavaliers. 8:20 to go in the first. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Our instant replay sponsor today, Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our new location at 600 South Cable, next to LCC. Open daily. Don't forget our Delphos location on Eli Avenue here in Delphos. Guess who brings the pizza to the Delphos St. John's concession stand? Pat's Donuts and Cream.
Good.
And I had one. It was really good. You know, we think of the donuts. Obviously, that ball sails into the end zone. St. John's will get the ball.
Yeah, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Well, I can add one more story to that. It is birthday party tomorrow. 3 grandsons and their dad all have birthdays in September, late September, so it's birthday. And guess what? One of them says, I don't want a cake. I want Pat's Donuts cream-filled sticks. So that was what I was doing today.
Yeah, there you go.
So got those all set for tomorrow, and here comes Delphos St. John's back out for their 3rd possession.
All right, let's see here if we can put together a sustained drive and execute here. They desperately need it.
Christian Young is the quarterback. He will hand off and trying to get to the line of scrimmage and probably not able to do so was Nick Gaynor. You mentioned that really strong defensive front, and that's what happened.
Yep, looked like big number 78, Will Berry, made that stop. 6'4", 225 senior.
Running back is number 20, Nick Gaynor, 5'8", 140-pound freshman. 2 receivers to the right of Young, 1 to his left. He's going to keep it himself over the line of scrimmage, up over the 20. Got a couple that time to the 21.
Your 3rd and 8 here. You want to slide it? Number 74 jumper.
Somebody's down, I think. Yep.
And that is correct. We have a Blue Jay on the field. We're going to take a break and come back in a moment. You're watching high school football on WOSN. The injured player was Camden Gable, the center. That has caused the guard, Dylan Hummer, to move from his right guard position over. Trying to get around the end is Young, and he's going to get snowed under on the far side.
Well, the good part about Gable, he walked off.
He did.
You know, he was in tremendous pain when he went down, but he did walk off, and hopefully we'll see him back.
Chris Miller made the tackle on the far side of the formation. That lost 3 back to the 18. Boy, Coach Schulte's got to be wondering, like, how many more injuries can we go through? My goodness.
You know, that's the tough part, too. The length of the season, you know, of course, 10 games, but, you know, they've been going strong since May, too. And
sure. Here's Austin Arnold.
You're going to say they're in shape and everything, and I know that, but at the same time.
Austin Arnold to punt, takes the snap, kicks it up in the air, and that's headed towards the Coldwater sideline. I know it checks up. Gets a little bit of a bounce that will go forward, but still great field position for the Coldwater Cavaliers with 6:18 to go in the quarter.
Well, we've seen Coldwater do a little bit of everything right now, and you wonder if they'll just keep grinding it out on the ground and knowing they can protect the ball. And
well, that was a decent punt, Jerry. I saw a punt last week from Versailles for a -2 yards. It got up in the wind and blew right back to him. It was something last week.
Yes, it was. It was incredible everywhere.
Will fake, throwing through the end zone. He's got a guy open, and is that picked off? It is. We get an interception to corner.
Yes.
Coming down with that is number 6, Austin Schaefer.
Unless that's a flag, and I think it might be a flag.
Oh, let's take a
yeah,
look.
what
a
a great play. Played the ball.
He certainly did. Austin Schaefer, 5'9", 160 junior. Whoa. And that's a penalty.
You know, so much for me saying they're going to grind it out on the ground too. Go for broke right there on that first play.
So wipe out the interception and move it ahead from the 25. Excuse me, from the 35 to the 20-yard line. On the penalty. Tough break for the
yes, it was.
Delphos St. John's Blue Jays.
He was right there.
He was.
Well, we're going to see it here.
Well, you know, he turned around in time to make the
he
catch.
did.
That's a strange call.
And the ball was short anyhow, so.
On the reverse, dancing around the football is Elander. And we're going to get a flag behind the play.
So we're either going to have a hold or blocking probably a hold.
And it is a hold. So yet another back-to-back penalties here. We'll take it back. Did you see Chris Ewald's arm? He threw that flag a long way.
Yes, he did.
He's a good arm.
Not only a long way, but threw it hard. It bounced.
Yeah, it did. So that will negate that play, and we'll take it back. I'm waiting for it to mark it off.
Well, still first down.
So take it back to the 30-yard line. So back-to-back penalties. One on the Blue Jays, one on the Cavaliers. Blockberger to throw. Over the middle it goes. Catch made by Mason Welch. Mason Welch gets inside the 10-yard line.
And Welch says, we'll get this one back then. We'll get that penalty back.
For another Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down.
Boy, great pass that time by Brockberger, though. You know, throwing over the middle linebacker.
11-yard pickup.
Dropped it right where it should have been.
Blockberger's had a really good year running and throwing the football. 62 of 84, just 2 interceptions on those 84 attempts, 14 touchdown passes for him. That was before this evening. Here, Blockberger looks, over the middle it goes. Welsh made a diving effort to get it, couldn't come up with it.
Just out of the reach. You know, I'm in a good pattern on that. Had him beat the inside and just about a foot out of reach.
5:17 to go.
Boy, Brockberger has all kinds of time in there. Talk about linemen there for Coldwater. You know, Will Berry, Tyler Jones, Max Koch, Trent Ebbing, and Rudy Kramer at center. Those guys do a great job protecting Brockberger.
Pot cutter to the right. Blockberger looks to the end zone. He's going to scramble. He's got
He
a lot of
sees it
turf.
open.
Yes, sir.
He does.
And he goes and dives into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. So Blockberger, who did not have a rushing touchdown coming in tonight, has got 2.
Yeah, he saw that open up. You know, I don't know who he was looking for in the end zone, but it was covered. But there was a huge gap there. We have another injury, another Delphos St. John player down.
Yeah, we do.
And they cannot afford to lose him.
That would
Riley
be
Mueller.
Yeah, Riley Mueller, who hopped up pretty quickly. Medical staff is out to work with him.
Looks like he got a stinger there. Just trying to shake it off now.
So thanks to the defensive effort and the short punt, Coldwater Cavaliers have to go just 35 yards. And they do so in 1 minute and 9 seconds. And they do so in 3 plays. And they chalk up a Burke Petroleum touchdown. Here's Couchot in again to add another PAT attempt.
You know, really, you look at the Cavaliers, they've really done a good job both, you know, running the ball, passing the ball, and, you know, that was their game plan coming in.
Couchot's kick went into that guy's yard across the street. Anyway, Coldwater will take a 28-0 lead with 5:09 to go in the first. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Welcome back to Champions Field here at Stadium Park in Delphos. Post-game tonight, Jerry and I will be talking about our Stolly Hustle Award winner. You can check out highlights of tonight's Stolly Hustle Award winner on the WSN YouTube page. So for the 5th time here in the opening quarter, Bryce Couchot will kick off. He has put 2 of his first 4 into the end zone.
Well, too, Mark, right now it's just a matter of, like the injuries have taken its toll. I'm not talking about the injuries tonight so much as they are, going into the game. And it's just, and plus just being a little outmanned right now.
Connor Gaynor runs right into Hugh Hemmelgarn, a freshman. Also down there was Aaron Culp. And we're looking for, they put the football down. Jerry, it looks like it'll be on about the 14-yard line. So St. John's has started on their own 28, their own 20. In fact, they've started their own 23 times, and now on the 14. See if, looking out to see who's playing center right now, Jerry.
He's back, I think.
He's back, is he? I'm looking to see his.
No, he's not.
Looks like 53 is the center.
Yeah,
That's Hummer.
They moved him over. And
handoff, dancing wide, trying to make room, and big hit. Thought he had some space to go. Did Nick Gaynor, and somebody closed on him in a hurry.
Well, it looked like he had space, and then all of a sudden that closed so quick. Brady Layfeld, I think, and also Will Berry just closed on that as quick as could be.
Actually lost a yard back to the 13.
It's just hard to stop that defensive line. They're so big, strong, powerful, veteran.
To throw, scrambles out of the pocket, does Young, up the sideline, flips it ahead, battling for the football.
Might have caught it, but he was out of
Schindler,
bounds.
was he out of bounds? Yeah, you got third and 11. That was not 3, that was number 9, Connor Gaynor. Yes, let's see what happens here. He was close to being over the line of scrimmage. There's the battle, and it will be called incomplete. He was close to being over the line of scrimmage when he released that one. In fact, is that what the discussion is right now? Officiating crew, there's a flag.
Yeah, I think it
is.
is. I think that's what they're.
He's out of bounds. It'd be third and 11.
I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was ahead of the line of scrimmage on that. Yep.
That's the call. Illegal forward pass. Lost it down. Yep.
That's right. That's not something you want to see if you're Coach Schulte. He wants to get those kids experience, and you just have to shake it off.
So the penalty will actually take the football back to the 10-yard line, loss of down. And here will be Christian Young again.
And third and long, third and 13, 14.
And nowhere to run. Nick Gaynor trying to make a little space and nothing there. Tackle was by big number 54 up front. That's Sam Risbiller. He's had a good opening quarter here.
Boy, there's just nothing open. There's just if you watch that defensive line for Coldwater, just push back and close gaps. Linebackers fill.
Here's Arnold to punt again, 6'4", 210 junior.
From the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and look where the back is, Elander. He's inside the 40 to track this one down. Kick goes up in the air.
Very short.
Elander comes up and makes a play on it and tackled immediately.
Good job catching it.
He caught that in traffic.
I looked to see if he had a fair catch signal. I never saw one. And with the tackle, apparently he did not. 3:31 to go here. And once again, here are the Cavaliers.
Tackle offense still in the first quarter.
Yeah. So from the 25-yard line of St. John's, so Coldwater's began on their own 36. Then they began on the 20 of Delphos St. John's. Then they had the blocked punt, the Blockberger TD run when they started on the 35. Snap over the head, all those things. We got a timeout. Delphos St. John's. We're going to take a break, too. You're watching high school football. Our scoreboard this evening is brought to you by Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies with locations in Coldwater and in Greenville. Coldwater 28 and home team nothing right now on that scoreboard. A couple of different running backs, Jerry. We'll have to get a couple numbers here.
Yeah, Coach Otten doing a good job of putting guys in that, get them some quality plays.
This is Taylor, who took the sweep and went left out of the formation. He wears number 29. Braxton is a 175-pound sophomore. And we have a flag on this play.
Well, and we're all looking this way, so
yep,
marching it off against Cavaliers. Hold, apparently.
It is. Takes the ball to the 34-yard line after the penalty, and
it's still first down.
It is, but Jerry, I'm sure this is Coach Otten's going to preach to his guys. Look, we're ahead, but let's don't get sloppy.
And I think that's so important. You're right, because he was talking about injuries and things like that. He said, well, we can overcome them because look at the size of our roster, and so true. But at the same time, you put guys in, you want quality play out of them.
Taylor tries to go right. A couple of Blue Jays got him that time, including Josh Mueller. Going to be right about the line of scrimmage. You talk about where the Coldwater Cavaliers are. Got some monster games coming up. Next week they have New Bremen at home. And in week number 9, they go to Versailles before ending up with Marion Local at home. That's a somewhat traditional end-of-season battle. So it's a no gain back to the 34-yard line. And still look at 2nd and 19. See Taylor trying to pick which side to go on. There's Blackburger to throw again. Throws it over the middle. It's caught as he puts the ball into the hands of Brady Layfeld.
Still going to be about 3 or 4 yards short, I think, but got a lot of that back in one big chunk.
Complete to Layfeld. Yep, down to about the 19-yard line.
3rd and now, very manageable to pick up first down.
Couchot's standing there going, don't make it.
Yeah, exactly right.
I can kick another field goal. He's the only guy out there who doesn't want to see the ball in the end zone.
Hey, my son was a kicker, and I know that.
You understand that really well.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's Taylor on the right hip again, Blackburger. Taylor with the handoff, goes left. He's got room to run. Braxton Taylor runs to the end zone.
Yeah, we got a penalty on it, too. I think, we're going to bring it back. I think another hold.
And let's see what happens. Nice run that time.
I don't know if that was a hold. I saw that on the tail end of that. No block in the back.
Braxton Taylor had 255 yards rushing and 3 scores
block
before tonight. It was. So that will negate the touchdown, and the penalty will bring it back.
That's tough, I think. Any run around the edge like that, usually the defender turns around so quick. You have no choice. You're already in position to make the block.
Back to the 29-yard line on that 10-yard hold. I saw a cartoon today that said in the NFL they should just announce there's not a penalty on this play, which is kind of the way that league seems to have gotten it sometimes.
It's strange, too, when you watch the NFL and you see when they call holding. Well, holding's on every single play.
Yeah. So it'll still be first down. Looking at 1st and 19 now from the 29-yard line. Blackburger will throw, steps up, and bounces it out wide. Gets wide and gets knocked out of bounds. Pretty good defensive play. I'm looking to see who made that play. It was number 51, Austin Arnold. Kind of jammed things up and pushed it wide.
Also good coverage in the secondary by Delphos St. John. Gainer, Pullman.
So the ball goes to the 27-yard line. So got a couple of those yards back. Blackburger.
Oh yeah, here we go.
The scoreboard said that it was first down, and obviously that was incorrect. So I made a mistake when I said that a moment ago. This is Couchot. He is 3 for 3 this year. He's made one from 38. This will be from 44. Sets it down. Here's the kick. Couchot's field goal is. He made it from 44 yards out.
The only bad thing on that was the neighbors didn't get to catch this one.
How about that? A 44-yard field goal. pushes the lead to 31-0. Coldwater, 1:09 to go in the opening quarter. You're watching high school football on WOSN. We're back here at Champions Field here in Delphos. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Our first down sponsor tonight. I'm the Wapak Delphos in St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Running hard up the middle and then being tackled by Braxton Taylor. Would be number 9, Connor Grainer, 5'11" senior. And where will Delphos St. John's get the football when they set it down?
And Mark, that 44-yard field goal was a career long for him.
Yep.
Great snap, great hold.
Yeah, it was one of the best. He's now 4 for 4 on field goals this year.
Thing is, he hasn't had to very often.
Yeah.
You know, but what a weapon to have, though.
If we can run the quarterback, that opens things up for us. Like 4's in.
He's got a new quarterback will step in. This is Tyler Lindemann, 5'9" senior. He wears number 4, and he will throw or try to.
Hold.
And going to get chased out of bounds. And let's see if there's a flag on this one. See the Cavaliers pick up number 4 Lindemann.
Yep.
Sammy got held, but he also gave up contain.
It's going to fall incomplete. And we will go to second down from the 22-yard line.
Sammy did.
Well, you know, I talked about Coldwater wanted to pressure the quarterback no matter who it was. In fact, he even said that. Whoever they play at quarterback, he said, you know, we want to pressure him. Coach Otten, that is.
Lindemann again. This time he'll take the snap and roll left. Here's a snap pass out, and it goes off the hands of his receiver. Trying to make a catch on the ball. It was just a shade behind him. It's hard to throw the ball when you're right-handed rolling left under pressure.
Yeah, it was a little hot, too, coming out. I think a little bit tough to hang on to.
Still 52 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
And he paid the price for that,
he
too.
Didn't he? You can see number 4, Tyler Lindemann, in the backfield with him being Nick Gaynor. And play clock is at 15. They're looking over to get the call from coaching staff. Trips left, single receiver right. Lindemann, snap throw, and gets knocked down. Welsh is going out there and said, I wish you had knocked that down. I had a chance to pick that one off. You'd see he jumped the route. So it's batted down by one of those big guys up front, and we're looking at a punt situation again. Back to punt again will be Austin Arnold. And right around midfield stands Ethan Elander.
That was knocked down by Big Owen Conk. 6'7", a little tough to throw over him.
And we will get a DSJ timeout. And while we take a timeout, we want to remind you of a couple of things here at WOSN. WTLW and WOSN are viewer-supported TV stations, so your appreciation for this broadcast with a financial gift of any size, you can donate now at axministry.com. Appreciate that support. Trying to put together our, first of all, 2 things. One, our tournament broadcast schedule. Of course, football season still has 3 weeks to go before we get to the playoffs there. But also putting together our basketball schedule for the winter. We got some good news today, didn't we, Jerry?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. January 18th, we're putting the band back together again. Jerry, Mark Miller, and I from the Massillon area. We live some old times. We'll be at Lima Central Catholic on January 18th, along with Jennifer Beck.
That will be fun.
That is always a great night for me. Here's Arnold to punt.
Brunsey, if Owen doesn't bat that pass down, Mace has a touchdown.
Good punt this time. He got a hold of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Drives Elander back. Elander touched it. He did. Then gets snowed under. Good
Great
punt
coverage that
too,
time.
by Gaynor. Really good job that time by Delphos St. John's.
You know, you're looking for positives, you know,
Yes,
and everything.
sir.
And, you know, you talk about, you know, the kicking game being so important. Is it one that's going to win this game for them? Probably not. But at the same time, you're looking at, you know, different aspects of the game that you want to do well. And their special teams coach, I will tell you right now, is very happy about the fact that not only do you get a good punt off, but you have great coverage as a result.
Coldwater will take the football on their own 35-yard line. This is actually, with a 31-0 lead, their worst starting position of the game. They started the opening possession on their own 36. And the rest of the time, they have been in St. John's territory.
Yeah, went deep on that very first play, so we'll see how that goes again.
Blockberger looks to run. He's going to dance wide this time. And he will get up over the 40-yard line. And a new quarterback in, don't we?
Yeah, that's right. Yep, you're right.
It was Caleb Schreier in at quarterback.
Yep, I missed it at first, yeah.
I did too.
He did a nice job, though, didn't he? You know, just,
Yeah.
you know, reading where that hole gave him the flexibility to go where he wanted to go, wherever the hole opened up. You know, what a difference, you know, today's offenses. You know, like, you're not going to this hole, you know, no matter what, you're giving him the chance to read what's open.
Cavaliers will let the first quarter clock come to an end. After the first 12 minutes, it's Coldwater 31, Delphos St. John's nothing. You're watching high school football on WOSN. We're back at Champions Field here in Delphos, Highland Park. Yeah, how about that? Stadium Park. Touchdown sponsor is Burke's Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable and available. That's 800-776-3097. Schreier will stay at quarterback. He will hand off this time Derek Dews. And Derek's got a good run, picks up first down yardage. That will be a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down. Across the Delphos St. John's field onto the 48-yard line. So pickup of 10 for Dews on his initial carry this evening.
You know, and I'm going to apologize a little bit, you know, because of it brought in a few extra or new linemen too on that, but it opened up a nice hole on that left side. Will Berry, I think, is still in. Opened up a nice hole.
Schreier will keep it himself after he fakes the football. And ball's loose on the ground. Was he down? I think he was. That was the call. Schreier will pick up yardage to about the 37. That will give.
Good thing he was down. That would have been lost.
I would say if you're going to get one out, just rotate him.
How about that? Actually went down on the 42-yard line, so it's a pickup of 6. Good fake that time in the backfield.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, good job by the guards pulling on that. Ebbing and Cook.
Schreier, backfield with him is Braxton Taylor. 3 wide receivers left, one to the right. And what? Timeout. Coldwater. Chip Otten takes a timeout. 10:41 to go. His first timeout. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Coldwater takes their initial timeout of half number 1 with 10:41 to go. They have the football on the St. John's 42-yard line. It'll 2nd and 4.
Well, I think Coach Otten took that timeout just to make sure that people were in the right spots.
He came out a little bit emphatic, didn't he, Jerry? Yeah, he was making sure you guys get lined up right. Let's get this play run correctly. Schreier is going to roll to his left, picking his way. Gets past the first guy and picks up first down yardage. Gets down close to the 35-yard line. Pick up about 7 for.
Yeah, you said it right. Just kind of picking his way. Look at him. Just look and see. You know, look the field over. What's there? And I'll kind of dance around it and get what I can get.
So Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down to the 36-yard line. You saw it's a replay sponsored by Pat's Donuts and Cream. You know, Jerry, by the time we get home tonight, because I missed supper. Okay, and I did grab a pizza at the snack bar here tonight. But between Lee's and Pat's, by the time we're done this evening, this Cowboy's heading someplace to get something to eat. Schreier takes the snap, rolls back to his left. Grabbed him by the jersey, but still picks up yardage inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. That won't
He's
be a
kind of fun to watch, isn't he? Kind of
yeah.
fake that pitch right. Comes back and
Josh Horston grabbed him by the jersey.
Doesn't look overly big, doesn't look overly strong, doesn't look overly fast, and that's no knock on him. But boy, he just kind of dances his way through and picks up, 8 yards that time.
Schreier is a junior. He's 6'1", 170. Play clock is at 10. Here they come.
Yeah, he's liking this. He's getting a lot of good playing time. Gonna have to hurry to get it off.
And they do. Pitch. Taylor trying to get to the right side of the formation. He's going to be brought down by Riley Mueller. We got a flag there, right?
Yep.
And a little timeout action. It is a hold. Well, Jerry, as you said that, what a benefit to the Coldwater program, because two things. Number one, you're getting a lot of guys game experience on Friday night, and it's in the first half.
Yes.
And it's not the running clock thing.
Correct.
Okay. The other thing is when you're playing 14, 15, 16 football games every year, like a Coldwater, like a Marion Local, whatever, those extra 4, 5, 6 weeks of practice are so key to developing young players.
Yeah, and a couple years ago, they were telling me, I think Eric Goodwin was telling me that they played the equivalent. I mean, I guess you could do the math,
Right.
Those seniors had played the equivalent of like a full extra season or 2 seasons, I think.
That's when they were still playing 5 playoff games.
Yes.
They did it 4 years in a row, and that was 20 games. Yeah.
2 extra seasons. Think about that. That's interesting.
Oh, good pass that time. He snapped it out there, did Schreier, but threw it right past Obringer. And that incompleted pass will make it 3rd down now from the 39-yard line.
And, you said it well there, too, though. Schreier's in at a time. It's not the fourth quarter running clock or anything of the sort. He's making key plays. I mean, to him, this score is 0-0.
Sure. And I fully understand, Jerry, why we have gone to the running clock, but it does take playing time away from your second stringers, guys who could use some time on the field and be rewarded for that.
Where I've really been opposed to that, always have been, is in basketball. I think game's short enough as it is. And
all alone in the backfield is Schreier this time, and he's going to step up and run. Again, picks his way through the pile, got another first down, and got the great block that time, and gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. Aaron Koff made a really nice block to free him up for a Lee's Famous Recipe chicken first down inside to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he's loving this. He just kind of, again, picks his way through, and boy, he gets hit at the end hard, though.
A 31-yard pickup, as you can see in our Pat Stone
Austin Schaefer made a great tackle. And 28 tackles on the year coming into this, and 20 solos, and that was a good solo tackle downfield.
This drive began all the way back on the Coldwater 35-yard line. They are now on the St. John's 8, and the play clock is at 8. You have to hurry to get this one off. And in fact, I think Coach Otten signaled for a timeout and got it.
Yep.
We're going to keep it right here. Let's talk a little about what's coming up in the future. Delphos St. John's, and Jerry, they're trying to get to the playoffs. They're trying to get healthy, trying to get to the playoffs this year. Their upcoming schedule looks like this. Of course, they are here tonight on homecoming night, but next Friday they go to St. Henry. The following Friday they go to Parkway, and then they finish up the season with New Bremen here at home. And with the schedule they've had played, if they can get a few guys healthy and get to the playoffs, that they can do a little bit in week 11 or 12.
Yeah, I'm understanding that, some of those guys may be back. So,
yeah,
that's going to be key for them. And you're right. They can get in. They can do some damage. You got to remember, right now who they're playing. They're playing a top team in the state of Ohio.
So that will be the second of the Coldwater timeouts. They did so to beat the play clock that time with 7:57 to go. And Coldwater has now used 2 of their timeouts, as has St. John's. Coach Otten, who went past John Reed a couple of weeks ago for most wins in a Coldwater coaching position. Of course, WOSN still presents the John Reed Leadership Award every year. If you look now, you look at what Schreier has. He's got Dews on his left. He's got Taylor on his right. He's going to throw the ball in the end zone, and
picked up.
Is it picked off? It is. Interception. Jumped the route that time. This time they give him credit for it. The interception was done by Austin Schaefer. And Schaefer gets the INT, which ends that 8-play drive.
That's his second INT on the year.
And he's telling everybody, I got 3, but they took one away from me earlier tonight. But anyway, St. John's saves the touchdown, but they will have the ball very deep in their own territory as they will get the ball on their own 2-yard line, but they do prevent Coldwater from scoring.
And you know, he did. He jumped that route, read it perfectly. Wasn't a horribly bad pass at all.
Looking to see who comes back to play quarterback. It looks like it's going to be Tyler Lindemann again.
Yes.
And they are deep in the shadow of their own goal line.
Is it? Yes.
They're going to go with a little power formation. Let's see who they give the football to. Turn, handoff, and running right up the middle that time to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, just trying to get it out away from that end zone.
They are. Is that Schaefer carrying that football?
Yeah, it's Schaefer.
I was trying to get a number on it that time. I think it was Schaefer. Checking into the game is Riley Mueller. It is homecoming night here, Jerry. Congratulations to Queen Evelyn Vonderwell. Nice ceremony tonight before the game.
That was a nice ceremony. The way they did it, the band
Yeah.
played the entire time of, you know, while the candidates and the escorts walked down through them. Very well done.
Turn, handoff, and right up near the 5-yard line this time. And I'm not sure he even made it to the 5. He might have with forward progress. Looks like what the mark is going to be. Let's see who they unpiled, who the ball carrier was. It looks
timing,
like
timing wasn't real good in the backfield on that. You know, it gave Coldwater a great chance to read that. And they just, everybody, linebackers and all, went right at it.
That was Schaefer again. Schaefer pushed it out to the 5. They need to get to the 12 for a first down. Back at quarterback is Young. Throws, he's going to throw it up deep. He's got a guy out here, and he threw it over the head of Connor Gaynor. Had a chance.
Yes, it did. Had him open. Good route.
Pretty well covered, but there was a spot near the sidelines. He could have reeled it in.
Yeah, you know, that's tough, too. You know, we talk about, you know, we see everything on the NFL about, you know, throwing to that backside shoulder and everything. And, boy, that's sure easier said than done at the high school level.
And in the punt again will be Austin Arnold. Had a really good punt the last time. There's no wind to worry about this evening. And nobody went back for the Cavaliers. Oh, here we go. All of a sudden, Mason Welch says, I better get back there at least part way. And he's about the 35-yard line. And we get a flag for delay of game. So that's going to back him up halfway, put it on about the 2.5-yard line.
And we have some major substitutions coming in on this.
Yeah. Going to bring in a
Trying
different
to block it, or
yeah, set up a different return team, perhaps.
yeah.
They also back Schaefer up a little bit. He is right at the back of the end zone. And now it's Ethan Elander set up at about the 35-yard line for the return. Kick goes off the side of his foot a bit. It's going to take a good bounce for Delphos St. John's. Elander picks it up and gets knocked down right about the 30-yard line.
You know, dangerous picking that up in traffic like this. Another flag.
There's a flag right about the 13-yard line.
Probably a hold, I suppose, on the return.
And let's see, wait for Chris Elander and Chris Ewald and crew to let us know what this is all about. Cavaliers are marching backwards a bit. It's a hold that will go against the Cavaliers. I can use NFL talk. That's a post-possession foul.
Oh, yes. Very good.
So after, or while the punt was going on, or after it was field, one of the Cavaliers got called for a hold. They're still going to have wonderful field position at the Blue Jay 40-yard line.
That's because you're watching that NFL, and he's talking to America when he does that. Saw a video of one of the players, you know, that was trying to interrupt the official. He goes, stop, I'm talking to America.
That's good. Here's Coldwater from the Delphos St. John's 40-yard line. About half of quarter number 2 to go. Schreier picks his way down to about the 36-yard line. That would be a pickup of about 4.
Well, that's you know what Schreier's really he's doing this, and then just setting him up. You know, every single time when he does fake that and hands it off.
They had Kopp in motion that time. That took some of the defenders away.
They break off a long one, and all of a sudden it's off. Now, what, are you going to bring Bay back in? He hasn't played for an hour and a half of real time.
Schreier stays at the quarterback position. He's got Taylor to his left hip this time, and he will keep it himself. Good job protecting the football as he ran inside the 30, got popped once. And did he get a first down?
Yeah, he really did a good job protecting that because he did get hit once.
He did get a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken a first down. Going to put it down right at the 30-yard line. That's where he needed to go to make that pickup. And he's picked up 10 yards on 2 carries.
He's saying, I want this back. I threw that interception last time. I want this back. I want a chance to score before the half.
Good job of using the play clock.
Yeah, they really have. You know, that is something. They've taken it down every single time by design.
This will be a Taylor handoff, and he has nowhere to go. Good job up front by the Blue Jays.
Read that very well.
Yes, they did. On the bottom of that pile is number 61, and that is Caleb Schwennen, just a freshman.
And Josh Mueller was in on that too. He had 24. He's had 24 tackles on the year coming into this game.
Lost a couple back to the 32-yard line.
Big 6'1", 260-pound defensive lineman.
2nd and 12. This time Taylor will be on the right hip of Schreier. Schreier to throw. Quick pass over the middle.
Tipped, I believe.
I think it was. I think number 51, Austin Arnold, got a hand on it.
Yep. Yeah, he did. Yeah, there it is. Yep.
Come his defensive end position. Appreciate our instant replay sponsor tonight. That's Pat's Donuts and Cream. And we are 3rd and 12.
Yeah, he got that big paw up there. Knocked that ball down. He's all of 6'4" anyhow, Arnold is.
Play clock running down. It's at 2. Got it off. Schreier's going to roll to his left. Being chased, throws, and going to one-hop it in. That will fall incomplete.
Yeah, again, you know, rolling to his left, you know, and trying to get that out there. That's a tough pass for a young kid.
Now this is on the 32, and Couchot's over there going, saying, I got this, Coach. I can get it from 49. Now they're not going to send him in. Instead, bring a play in from the sideline with Carter Freed. And Schreier will be looking at a 4th and 12. And with that new running back coming in, Braxton Taylor heads to the sideline. You can see Nolan Mesher wears number 22. He's going to go be a wingback. Leaving Schreier alone in the backfield to throw. Over the middle it goes. He threw it just over the head of his intended receiver. Kind of turned his feet around and got caught.
Nice route there, you know. Over the linebackers, inside the 2 safeties.
Yeah.
Tough pass to make, but,
That
you know, just about an inch too high.
That was the guy who had just came in, Carter Freed, 5'10" sophomore. And St. John's will take over on downs with 3:57 to go here in quarter number 2.
Next year he catches that when he's 5'11".
Well,
so just an inch off.
Came in here tonight, drove past Delphos St. John's High School. Aaron Elwer will have a very good basketball team there this winter. A couple kids live in his house are pretty talented, along with some other guys.
Be a fun team to watch.
It will. The quarterback is back to being Connor Gaynor this time. No, excuse me, it's Young. And Young is wrapped up quickly and goes down with the arms of. Oh, he's not down.
I think they.
Okay.
I think he got him on a face mask too.
Is that what it was? Let's see what the call is.
I believe so. Yeah, I don't know if he was down.
Yeah, Depwig is credited with the tackle. Let's see if we have a call or not.
No, I guess not. Just through the marker, I guess, where he was down at. I think.
Let's see what Mr. Ewald tells us.
Oh yeah, they're walking this
Yeah,
way,
there's
so
a-
I think it was a face mask.
Of course, I saw Balaam Blockberger last year play basketball. It was a face mask call. And that young man is a battler on the basketball
Yes.
court.
I was talking to Coach Otten before the game. I told him, my former career when I would go around the state and people would ask, how do they do it over there?
Oh.
And Chip and I were talking about that. We were just talking about how, you know what, we don't fight for athletes amongst coaches. We share. In fact, he said, look at my staff. Had basketball coaches on his staff,
Yep.
had baseball coaches on his staff, and related to him. But, no, really, and that's just, it's all family values and everything else.
Oh, big hit
Oh,
coming
yes.
up the middle. That Depwig came up the middle that time. Cody Depwig comes sailing up the middle, and
those linebackers are saying, please let me go, let me rush. Send me.
And what are we going to get, a timeout? I heard one of the Delphos coaches down the way go, we're out of quarterbacks. So you got to feel for those guys this year, what's going on. Well, while we have a moment, we got this timeout from St. John's. Let's put the Coldwater schedule up here on the board for you. They have New Bremen at home next week. New Bremen is one of those teams that's dangerous. They win some, but they are dangerous. And then they go to Versailles, and that will be a huge matchup. We saw Versailles and Marion Local last week, and the wind and the rain, and a very good Marion Local team, and Versailles just didn't have a chance in that particular game. But then the annual finish-up game when they have Marion Local at home, that will be at Coldwater. And there you can see their schedule right there.
And hold on, I'm calling in. I'm sending in my 50-50 money right now.
Are you doing for that one? Yeah. Well, it will be second down now from the 40 after that incompleted pass, and I think Delphos is now out of timeouts. They are, according to the scoreboard, with 3:30 to go.
I used to tell people, what the 50-50s were because you'd always read, Eric would always put that out, Eric Goodwin, and people were in just absolute disbelief.
Well, they would tell me, will you buy me a ticket? I will, but your ticket ain't winning.
That's right.
If I got the winning ticket in my hand, it wasn't yours. So here they come again. Up the middle, pitch wide, trying to get outside. Good run this time.
And he does.
Look out. Nick Gaynor's got some room on the far side of the field. They went wide against that blitz and got the first down. I believe that's their first down of the half.
That's like, well, okay, you're going to blitz. Here's what we'll do.
We'll go wide against you. Get to the 44-yard line. Good positive play that time. You can see Connor Gaynor looking over to Coach Schulte. I want a play call. He's talking about Gaynor playing some football for them. He's got a knee brace on. He wears number 9. Goes out wide to his right. And they got it off just in time. Good fake. Too quick with the defense off. And good power, though.
Yeah.
How about that? Hit behind the line of scrimmage and still picked up a couple.
Yeah, Depwig's upset with himself. He overran the play. Thought he had him for about a 6-yard loss. And
Young picked up a couple to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Young just overran him.
Comes a play in from the sideline this time by Tyler Lindemann. Christian Young is the quarterback. Out and through the hand. Did he caught it anyway,
yes,
didn't he?
Yes, he did.
How about that? Connor Gaynor had the ball bounce out of his hands. He still snagged it under pressure right there. What a play.
Yes.
Good play for him. It's going to be third and about 3. They need to get to the 46. They're over midfield to the 49 on that completion.
Yeah, give Young some credit on that, too. He's got Depwig coming at him every single time.
And he threw that a long way. That went across the field, went a long way, had some snap to it. And
he stood right in there with Depwig coming right in his face.
It's 3rd and 3. Pitch. Wide. Good speed. Up the sideline goes number 20, Nick Gaynor. Did Nick get a first down? Looks like he did. So back-to-back first downs for Delphos St. John's. 1:15 to go. They are out of timeouts. The clock will stop while the first down is assessed. 13-yard pickup to the 36.
Good hard running that time by
it was.
Gaynor.
Trying to get that play call into Young. And they're going to start the clock as soon as they get the chain set. Nick Gaynor's in the backfield with Young. Unbalanced line left. And this will be a keeper by Young. He's being chased and run down by Depwig.
Yeah, he tried to get out of bounds too, but got stopped beforehand. And these are little victories, you know what?
They are.
Little victories, you know, the first downs, keeping a sustained drive and trying to get into the end zone. Those are the little victories you need when you're in a situation like this.
St. John's will pick up a yard that time on the quarterback keeper to the 35. Apparently did not get out of bounds because the clock continued to run. Into the backfield will go Austin Schaefer along with Young and Gaynor. Throws it deep, and he threw it over the head that time of Connor Gaynor.
I'm watching Cody Depwig about every play. You know, he's just standing there like, okay, I'm going to dance my way around somebody and get to you. They picked him up pretty well though.
28 seconds remain. It is 3rd down and 9 from the Coldwater 35-yard line.
Depwig, you know, comes from that middle linebacker spot. He's 6'2", 225, a veteran player, has 40 tackles, leads the team in tackles on the year. Here he comes again.
Yeah, and this time Young rolls away from him and threw it over the head of Austin Schaefer. He also had another receiver out there who was deeper than those two. And it will be incomplete. It'll be 4th down now from the 35-yard line. Depwick is playing like a young guy who says, I want a shutout, coach. I don't care. You know, it's 31. I don't want those guys in the end zone against us.
And, you know, I don't have to worry too much about, you know, pass coverage. My buddies will pick up for me, and I'm just going. All he's trying to do is, you know, get the snap count so he can get up there quicker.
And here he comes again. Throwing it deep. And caught.
Whoa.
I think it is. He put it in Connor Gaynor's hands. Did he make it to the end zone? Was he get knocked out of bounds? What's the call? With 16 seconds to go. And he's caught. He got
should
knocked.
be in.
Let's
Replay shows
he's
he's
going to
in.
talk about it.
Ooh.
It is right there. And we're going to have a discussion. What a pass and catch.
Wow, unbelievable. And that's what happens when you send in your linebackers like that all the time.
Yeah. That was the 9th play of the drive. They don't have any timeouts left, but they're on about the 1-yard line while they discuss this.
Yeah.
So we got a little discussion going on right here with our officiating crew, where the ball should be placed in, or was it a touchdown or not?
Yeah, from this angle, it sure looked like a touchdown.
Let's take a look at it again. Yeah. And they are going to call it a 6-point touchdown. So that becomes a touchdown pass from 35 yards out. And St. John's is on the board now at 31-6, and we will be looking at a PAT attempt.
Boy, a lot of credit, you know, in the last couple series to the Blue Jays.
Going to go for 2. Up here comes the PAT guy in from the sideline. That is in the place of one Austin Arnold. He is 9 for 12 this year on PAT attempts. Delphos is going to get the football first in half number 2 also, Jerry. High snap, straight ahead kick, line drive, and it is good. Delphos St. John's went 68 yards. They did so in 10 plays. And they took 3 minutes and 41 seconds to do so, and it left the Coldwater Cavaliers just 16 seconds left. So good drive, made a couple passes, made a couple runs, picked up some first downs, and eventually ended up with a Burke Petroleum touchdown.
And you're right, had to pick up a couple first downs. A couple times he had third downs, had to convert. They did, and what a great pass and catch to end the drive.
We'll get the ensuing kickoff that will follow us. There's the St. John's crowd, happy to get some numbers on the board. You know what else, if you're happy, Jerry? If you're Delphos St. John's, we're not going to start the second half with a running clock.
That's exactly right.
We get to play some here in the third quarter without having that hanging over our heads. And they will get the football first also in quarter number 3.
And that's the part of coaching. They're going to go in that locker room and, they're going to listen. Maybe it's out of reach. And I don't know if they'll say that or not, but listen, let's just focus on possession, one possession at a time. And if we come out, they have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's not because they win this game, it's because they play solid from here on out. I talk about those small victories.
Here's Arnold to kick off. Squib it down the middle of the field. It's picked up by Colby Schindler. And Colby Schindler runs wide, and with 10 seconds to go, will get knocked out of bounds.
I wonder. I kind of think Coldwater will come out starting their starting unit.
I bet they do.
I think coaches like to do that.
Agreed.
Just, for consistency, and you don't want to go stale with your group. You got a game. You worked all week for this.
Reestablish the fact that we are in control. That will be, I think, Coach Otten's discussion at halftime.
And, things have kind of slowed down for them a little bit here, too, and that's nobody's fault other than the fact the Blue Jays are playing so well.
Caleb Schreier will stay in at quarterback with 10 seconds to go. See what kind of play Coach Otten comes up with. Taylor's on his right hip. And Schreier will keep it. Whoa, big fake. He's still running up the sideline. Schreier making a move, and he's going to get tackled with 1 second to go. Another clock comes to zeros. Good run. St. John's kept him hemmed in enough that the half will come to an end. And as you see on our Pat's Donuts replay,
he's just shifty enough, and he's going to end the first half as a leading rusher for Cavaliers.
Thanks to that late touchdown scored by Delphos St. John's, it'll be Coldwater 31, Delphos 7 as we go to halftime. Third quarter action coming up after this. Watching high school football on WOSN. Welcome to the second half here at Champions Field at Stadium Park in Delphos. Our instant replay sponsor tonight has been Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our new location at 600 South Capel next to LCC, open daily. Please don't forget our Delphos location on Elida Road here in Delphos. Second half action about to begin. Coldwater scored first on a touchdown run by Blockberger. On the first play after that, Delphos fumbled, and 2 plays after that, Coldwater scored again, this time on a touchdown run by Cody Depwick. That made it 14-0. It was soon 21-0 after a bad snap on the next play by covering the end zone for touchdown by Aaron Kaup. And finally, Coldwater scored yet again on a Blockberger touchdown run, that also from 9 yards out. That made it 28-0. And then it went to 31-0 on a field goal by Bryce Couchot. Delphos scored late in the half. They went 68 yards in 10 plays, 3:41 to go. And we are at 31-7, Jerry, as we start second half action.
Well, I think the tone was set so early on when, in a matter of 34 seconds, there were 21 points scored, and I think that kind of just put things in perspective. But, well, you really have to give the Blue Jays a lot of credit for fighting here at the end of that first half and getting right, doing what they wanted to do. And I think that's going to be a big thing for them here in the second half.
Delphos scored with just 16 seconds to go in half. That prevented us from having a running clock. Here's a kickoff that will go to St. John's. And in a hurry on the far side is Connor Gaynor. And Connor will get the football up over the 30-yard line where his team will begin second half play.
No, they won't, because
they will not. Yeah,
as I said, no flags here in the second half maybe, and now we have one right away.
There's a little laundry, yellow laundry on the far side of the field. And let's see what our call is.
Connor Gaynor kind of struggling getting off the field. Maybe it was just an equipment issue there, but Just kind of slow to get up and slow to jog off at first.
Waiting for the call here. It's a hold that will go against Delphos. And St. John's will back up to have their initial play of the half to about the 16-yard line. They finished the half with Christian Young at quarterback. Christian wears number 8 and is a 5'10", 160 sophomore. Let's see if he comes back out again to engineer this offense for Delphos St. John's. Looks like it.
Yep. You know, he got a good taste of things in the
He
first
did.
half, and, you know, this is now a little bit of a break, and just capitalize on, you know, doing the right thing and doing the best you can.
Part of the time he got a good taste of Cody Depwick,
Yes,
who was
he
in his
did.
face for a significant part of the opening half. He is at quarterback. Also back there with him is number 20, Nick Gaynor. From their own 16-yard line. And we're going to get a false start.
You know, and I know that he sees Depwick out of the corner of his eye,
Yeah.
creeping up to the line of scrimmage.
So trying to get a little jump on the play, and sort of back-to-back penalties to open up half number 2 for
I take
Blue
that
Jays.
back. No penalties in the second half.
Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 15 now from the 11-yard line. And you can see St. John's being very patient with the clock right here. See, Austin Schaefer is also in the backfield now, along with Gaynor and Young. And here comes Depwick right up the middle. He gets blocked this time, still dances outside. Good 5-yard pickup, 4+.
You know, and I think that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, Depwick, and I keep saying his name, but, you know, he's blocking that stuff in that middle up so much that we'll just run around him on the outside, especially if he gets caught in the inside. It takes one more linebacker out of the picture.
That was Nick Gaynor. He's a 5'8", 140 freshman. And he did pick up about 4, get it out to about the 15-yard line, where it will be 2nd now and 11.
This time sending the 2 outside linebackers in, and what a good play call against that.
Yeah, he slings the ball out to number 22, Drake Fitro. And right on time, pursued very quickly by the defense, but it's a completion. That ball's in the air a long way, Jerry, to get out there. He was flanked out quite a distance. And now we're looking at 3rd and 7, but a good completion.
Yeah, those 2 linebackers, you know, outside linebackers, stunned on that, and, you know, found him open in the flat.
Drew Frank, who wears number 4, was out there on part of the coverage. 3rd and 7, Blue Jays. Pitch out, and that one was almost picked off. Ethan Elander was out there. The intended receiver, Tyler Lindemann, hadn't turned around yet when the ball arrived.
Yeah, Elanders just say, if I would have just jumped that just a little sooner. He saw it coming. Same thing. That ball was in the air quite a bit, you know, going out into that.
So onto the wide side of the field, and it is 4th down. It looks like they're going to head into punt formation, and that will bring in Austin Arnold, who moves from right tackle to punt. And 1:32 seconds into this, the Cavaliers are going to get possession of the football here in half number 2. And they sent to House, and they get it away anyway. And ball's going to hit and bounce. Boy, it almost bounced into the back of Max Ross. And that would have been a possible fumble opportunity. Instead, Coldwater gets the football right around midfield.
Yeah, he didn't see that at all. I thought at first glance it might have hit him, but just missed him.
They're going to put the football down right at 50-yard line. And so with 10:19 to go in the 3rd, Coldwater will get their initial possession. I'm curious to see who coach chooses to play. Looks like Blockberg is going to come out and play quarterback. And as you said, Jerry, kind of establish things here in half number 2.
Yeah, you know, again, just for the consistency of everything, and, you know, you'd hate to have those guys sit, 3/4 of a game.
Potcotter and Depwick. This will be number 24, Miles Potcotter, behind the block of Depwick. He's going to get yardage and more. He just keeps piling through people as he gets a 1st down run. That's a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken 1st down.
You know, I was talking to Coach Otten before the game, and he said, hey, you're going to love number 24. I said, why is that? He said, first of all, he said he's undersized, but he's just one tough kid. He said he's never been hurt. And he was talking about the game in week 2 when it was 90 degrees out. And he said he cramped up. He's never had a cramp. He's never been hurt. He goes, Coach, am I out for the year? Am I He said he's just one tough kid. I love that.
He's going to get another carry this time. He sweeps around the left end this time, runs through one tackle, and takes a couple of other guys to get him down inside the 25-yard line. So he will pick up 12 on that one. And in 2 carries, Miles Potcotter has gotten the ball from the 50-yard line down to about the 24.
Yeah, some good hard running.
Yep. Other Lee's famous recipe chicken first down.
You know, he comes into this with 335 yards on the ground and, 56 carries, 8 touchdowns, and he's a solid running back.
5'11", 170. And he will get this handoff as well off the left side. Gets a good block that time. Out in front of the play was number 52, and that's Trent Ebling. And he threw knocked a couple of guys down that time. 3 consecutive carries now for Miles Potcotter.
Yeah, stat guys are loving this. Just don't have to worry about anybody else. Just give it to Potcotter.
He gets inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. And that will set up 2nd and 5. This time he'll have Depwig to his left, Potcotter to his right does Balin Blockberger, and he will keep it himself. Roll out, he's got a guy open in the end zone. He's going to tuck it down. We're going to get a flag behind the play. Yeah, back to about the line of scrimmage.
Typically where a holding call is, but I didn't see anything there.
Let's see what our call is here as we take a look at the Pastoris and Cream replay. It's a hold. So back it up this time to the 29-yard line. What's it now, Jerry? 2 years ago now, we made it the line of scrimmage is where we penalize holdings rather than from the spot of the foul. Makes it a little easier to make up that lost yardage. 2nd down now and 15 from the 29-yard line.
Not sure. Was that to encourage holding more, and be more like the NFL?
Blockberger's got a screen set up, pushes it in front to Mason Welch. Bounces off a couple guys, and finally is going to go down in the arms of Austin Schaefer.
Yeah, if he would have kept going, kind of look from this angle that he would have been able to outrun that on the edge there. I thought he would. Well, when he turned back, a lot of traffic in there.
He lost a yard back to the 30.
That was Austin Schaefer that ended up with the
He's
tackle.
had a good game, Austin Schaefer.
Yes, he has.
Played well. Well, it is now 3rd and 16 from the 30-yard line. Like Potcotter's on the side of Blockberger this time. Blockberger with a lot of time, and finally is going to take off himself. He outruns the first guy, but not the second. He fumbled the ball out of bounds on a big hit. Got killed by Schaefer.
Yeah, what a hit.
Take a look at it again. Patch Donuts and Cream instant replay, and right there, hit Pat right on the football, knocked it out of bounds. Got down to the 26-yard line, so he picked up 4.
Well, Gaynor, Potcotter, Pullman, Schaefer, Fitro, they were locked up defensively, able to stop everybody. Nobody was open. He had no choice but to run.
It is 4th down now from the 26. Need to get to the 14 for a first down. Trips left, single receiver right. Blockberger to look. Throws it out. He's got a man open. This time it's caught right at the goal line. Diving. Did he get in? And that is Miles Potcotter.
That just kind of breaks your back. You've done so well for a series here, stopping them on this. 3rd down and long, and then this.
Catches the ball at the 8 and leans into the end zone. If you saw that beginning of that play, he went out to the sideline, up the sideline then on what we used to call the chair route. I don't know what coaches call it anymore, Jerry. It used to be called the chair route. And TD pass makes it a 30-point game following the PAT attempt by Bryce Couchot. That's a Brook Petroleum first touchdown. And that kick is good, and it is also out of the stadium. The little kids are going to run away with the football. 7:08 to go here in quarter number 3. Coldwater up on top by 31. You're watching high school football, WOSN. Our scoreboard tonight brought to you by Layfeld Industrial Welding Supplies with locations in Coldwater and in Greenville. It's now a 31-point lead, hence the running clock, which will take place now with this kickoff. And right around the 20-yard line is where Delphos St. John's will take possession of the football.
You know, Mark, you said it well. You know, it had a 4th and long there, I think. Wasn't it 4th and long?
4th and long, yeah, 4th and 14.
Really ran a good series there defensively, and then they gave up that, you know, again, good route by Coldwater to find that opening along the sideline. And then he just ran it in and, you know, a little extra effort to get the touchdown.
St. John's second possession of this second half will begin on their own 21-yard line. And they will send out Christian Young again in the quarterback position. Along with him will be Nick Gaynor. And it looks like also Schaefer's going to be back there with him. That'd be Austin.
So all the run plays we just ran look pretty good. If we call 26 fullback arc, we just got to make sure we know if it was a power or it's regular. You know what I'm saying?
Long count. And he dropped the snap.
You know what I'm saying?
Gaynor picks it up and won't quite get back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mark, you look back and, you know, we were talking about, you know, the 21 points scored in the first, 30 seconds or 3 minutes, I guess.
3 minutes, yeah.
Something like that, you know. But, you know, if you look at what started it out, you know, I think it was a fumble, a bad snap.
Yep.
And, I think a long pass, you know, just like bam, bam, bam. And, you know, that's why, you know, you play somebody like Coldwater, you've got to be mistake-free. That's why I talked about keys, execute.
Yes.
You just have to.
To give yourself a chance, you got to be at the peak of performance.
And, you know, for everybody that talks about analytics, you know, you can't predict that.
Here's the pitch, trying to get wide, and Miles Potcotter got over there and jumped on top of the running back Gaynor. Did he pick up any yardage on that time? He did.
No, I lost a yard.
Got to the 20. No, you're backwards. You're correct. Looked at the wrong yardstick. Back to the 17-yard line. And we are going to get a Delphos St. John's timeout with 4:50 to go here in quarter 3. You're watching high school football on WOSN. WSN cameras and crew are in Champions Field at Stadium Park in Delphos. For tonight, our first down sponsor is Lee's Famous Rescue Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Rescue Chicken, where home style happens here. Jerry, we talked about the homecoming queen tonight, Evelyn Vonderwell. We had a great halftime show by both bands, especially entertaining perhaps by Delphos St. John.
Yes, it was. You know, and that's something too. You know, it's all part of the community aspect of a football game. I talk about community stadiums too. You know, like when they're in the you know, the residential area, they're so cool. I just think it's an atmosphere that people look so forward to.
3rd and 14, and he got away from it. How about that? Young got up to about the 20-yard line. Looked like they had him snowed under.
Yeah, it was quite the effort to get through that.
Go back to that Delphos St. John's halftime show. They brought trash cans out.
Yes.
Well, everybody played, banged on a trash can. It was a really pretty cool show tonight. Kind of like a little bit of innovative stuff like that. That goes to 4th now, and 12. They need to get to the 31-yard line. They're on their own 19.
You know, Mark, going back to that too, I think that's something that marching bands, you know, across the state, you know, in high schools have done so much more of thinking out of the box a little bit and, you know, doing some elaborate, you know, kind of unique things. And it's really kind of cool.
Here's Austin Arnold to punt. Welch is right around midfield. Good punt.
Real good punt.
Drives him back to about his own 45. And right there to make the first hit is Connor Gaynor. And wraps up Welch very quickly after that punt. Coldwater's still going to get good field position on about their own 46-yard line, but good punt coverage.
Yeah, good punt, good coverage. And again, I go back to said that in the first half about, you know, it's just part of the game of the, you know, the kicking game, and it's one part of the specialties. And hey, you do that well. That's just one notch. I mean, you know, it's not the whole game, but at least you've got something that you've worked on and you're doing it well.
Blockberger stays in the game at quarterback. He's got Derek Dews in the backfield with him. And also back there is Braxton Taylor, who wears number 29. Blockberger will roll to his right. Flips the pass out to Welch. Welch has first down yardage and more up the sideline, making a couple of moves before he finally gets bumped out of bounds by several different Blue Jays. That's a good
got
completion.
an extra 15, 20 yards out of that.
That becomes a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down.
Looks like he's hemmed in there about the 44. And
so he picked up 26 yards on that reception. About half of it was yards after catch.
It's a path of least resistance, and it's like it's so tempting just to.
Here's Blockberger going to go up under center as the play clock hits 10. Blockberger looks, and now will run it himself. Up the sideline he goes, and gets pushed out of bounds before he could get to the 10-yard line, I think.
we're not seeing it, but I think he had an open receiver. I just think it was to his left side, and he didn't see him.
Well, by where our broadcast position is, I get to sit next to the Coldwater coaching staff, and they were sure he had somebody open. Somehow, you know, Jerry, it's a lot easier to see that when you're up here than when you're 17 or 18 years old on the field with big guys chasing you.
Yes.
From the 10-yard line, they cannot get a first down. It's first and goal with 1:32 to go. Blockberger under center will turn, hand off. Taylor trying to get wide, makes the first couple guys miss. And Braxton Taylor powers his way into the end zone, making a couple guys miss on the way for a Burke Petroleum touchdown.
Just kind of shrugged those guys off a little bit, you know, and they just didn't have the best position, and they were trying to arm tackle him. And once he got through it, he saw that end zone.
So Coldwater's had 2 possessions here in the second half, have scored on both of them. That pushes it to 44-7, pending Bryce Couchot's PAT attempt, which he has been perfect on this evening. Blockberger's the holder. Here's the kick. And that one goes through. That pushes the lead to 45-7 with 41 seconds to go here in the quarter. Coldwater just went 55 yards on that play. They did so in just under 4 minutes. It took them 3 plays to get to the end zone.
Well, you know, I may be wrong on this. You know, I'm watching these totally incidental things, but, you know, I'm watching those kids in the yard across the street, and I think every single score, I believe, has been on that end.
You know what, Jerry? Last week we're down at Versailles, and at 6 o'clock, it's like, you know, the Hurricanes has actually descended on Versailles. That's an exaggeration, obviously, but the managers from Versailles were out playing their annual or their weekly game in that rain and whatever on the field.
Oh, they're loving that.
Oh, they're having a great time. I've been to St. Henry before, and sometimes the game by the little kids behind the press box has been better than the one that's been on the field at St. Henry. Well, we're at 41 seconds to go. The lead's gone to 38. St. John's will get the football back with clock starts to run, of course.
Mark, a year ago, I saw some schools around, you know, a couple in Ohio, but around the nation too. They were creating a second field, you know, behind the bleachers or on the end zone for kids to play. And I thought, what athletic director enjoys that?
Yeah, Connor Gaynor that time with the run back and going to be trapped inside his 15-yard line. We may not get another playoff here in quarter number 3. And that would be correct. The third quarter is going to come to an end. Coldwater put 2 scores on the board in quarter number 3. By doing so, we'll take a 45-7 lead to the fourth quarter. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Our touchdown sponsor tonight has been Burke Petroleum. They're now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available at 800-776-3097. Our instant replay sponsor tonight has been Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our new location at 600 South Cable, next LCC open daily. Plus, don't forget our Delphos location on the Elida Road here in Delphos.
Next to LCC, next to the high school.
It's right out there, my man.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
You imagine going to school when you're a kid, and that's Pat's is right beside you?
How about that?
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. So-and-so, I'm late today.
Yeah. Clock, of course, has already started to run with the running clock situation. Or study hall.
Yeah.
You got 4 minutes between class. Can I get over there and get back in 4 minutes? Here's Young. Going to take the snap, pointing out a defender. And he was going to take the ball and just head to his left. I think that was Schaefer, wasn't it? Is that number 6 at quarterback?
Yeah, I believe so.
And nope, it was number 5. Excuse me, Braden Lindemann. In a quarterback situation now. It's going to be a no gain. He started on the 13, and it's about where he got knocked down.
You know, now they've got Sam Rissmiller, you know, that's, you know, he's kind of edging up there. He's at that middle linebacker spot now. Now he's the one.
Quick handoff, popped it up the middle, and up close to the 20-yard line on a nice run that time. That was number 17 with the carry, Dylan Kantner. And he got up to about the 19. We'll give Dylan a 6-yard pickup on a quick hitter. But it's still third and about 4.
Yeah, and those linebackers are just creating havoc in there that, you know, you got to pick them up, and they're coming with a running start.
Need to get to the 23-yard line. And with a quick rollout this time, here goes Lindemann trying to get wide, and too much speed on the defensive side. He will lose yardage back to about the 14-yard line. That would be a 5-yard loss. And make it 4th down and 9. Let's see if it is Austin Arnold time again, or if they're going to keep the football. Looks like they're going to run a play.
Yeah, they're going to run a play.
From their own 14-yard line. Lindemann's a quarterback, Braden. And he will roll and can't get away from number 23. Derek Dude's in the backfield in a hurry. And that will be a turnover of downs as they went for it from their own 14-yard line. And Coldwater, with 9:27 to go in the football game, will get possession on the 12-yard line of Delphos St. John's. See who comes in at quarterback.
Is Brockberger still in?
I don't believe he is. It looked like looking to see if number 2 came back in.
I don't.
Schreier played it back in half number 1, but I don't think that's him out there now.
Carson Holman, I think.
I think you're right. Number 5,
Yep.
Carson Holman, 5'7", sophomore, is the new quarterback. And he will get it, take the direct snap, and he will run behind his blockers and dives towards the end zone. It's going to come up just a little bit short.
Yeah, he said, hey, come on. I got that goal line there. I want to score.
See, they pulled number 72 that time, Charlie Stahman, out in front of him. And the football got down to just about the 1-yard line, so we'll give him 11-yard pickup, and we'll give him Lee's famous recipe chicken 1st down. He's in the backfield again this time. Trent Westergaard is with him. And Westergaard gets the handoff and blasts into the end zone. 2-play drive for the Coldwater Cavaliers. They've had 3 possessions in the second half. They scored on all 3 of them.
And you know what? If you're Coach Otten, that's exactly what you wanted. I mean, you wanted to come out and you wanted to play, you know, not just, you know, the game's over, yeah, maybe, but you want to execute. That's what coaches want.
It's a Burke Petroleum touchdown. Couchot will stay in to do the PAT duties. His holder this time is Holman. Carson will take the snap a little high. He gets it down. And that one might have made it to Elida. You know, that has become such a weapon, Jerry, when you have a kickoff guy who can put the ball into the end zone. Now you have to go 80 yards against a Coldwater defense. Okay, we're going to take a break. You're watching high school football on WSN. We're back at Delphos. Has your family moved away and are high school sports fans? Tell them about the WSN channel streaming app for only $8 per month. Download from Roku, Apple TV, or sign up at app.wsn.tv. So Coldwater scores a third touchdown of half number 2.
You want current scores? Get the app.
Get the app. That's correct.
I've looked at so many, different in Northwest Ohio, and I will tell you they're the most up to date and quick.
Line drive down the middle, bounces around, eventually ends up into the hands of number 23, and that is
20. Nope, it was.
I got the wrong number.
Yeah, it was Fitro, 22.
22, not 23. Yeah, I should have known that when I looked up to who the returner was going to be. 6:59 to go.
You know, I haven't mentioned his name a lot during the game, but defensively, he's done a very good job defensively.
Jerry and I will be picking a Stolly Hustle Award winner when this game comes in. That's going to be hard, Jerry. A lot of guys have played well this evening, but we will do so. Braden Lindemann stays in at quarterback, 5'10", 150. He is a freshman. And we got both sides moving. Who's going to get the call against? They're going to call that offsides, I believe. Across the field, and it will be.
Yeah, Rissmiller. Like I say, he's doing what Depwick did the first half. He's now at that middle linebacker spot, or at least he was. Yep, still there. He's out on the outside now.
3 down linemen. Here's Lindemann take the snap, and he will hand off. And a lot of blue jerseys around the ball carrier that time. That was Cantner.
You know, Mark, you're right about that running clock. You know, I look at it, it's 5:40 almost left in the game, and you know, you've got a lot of backups in there playing right now, and they want this time. Yeah. And it just goes so quick. You know, you really can't develop any consistency out of them.
Cantner takes another handoff. Made first contact about the 40, pushed himself forward to the 42. He might have got a first down. Look, he did. That would be another Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down to the 42-yard line.
You know, I know, Mark, you know, speaking to that again, you know, to the running clock like that, I know that when I was administrating basketball statewide, you know, I know a lot of people won't like me when I say this, but the media is the one that pushed.
Yes, they did.
They wanted the running clock. And, you know, there were comments made all the time about it, but, you know, I just had the authority and I didn't do it. We did put it in for tournament because I think that's a little different.
Coming around the edge is Josh Young. Not much room for Josh to run. Maybe he got a yard. There are two things that one, that obviously has been put in that I'm not a big fan of, you know, the running clock in basketball because of what it does. That's one thing that irritates me a little bit about our game that I like so much. And the other thing is, I don't think a coach ought to be able to call timeout to prevent a 10 seconds in the backcourt.
Yeah, that's correct.
Or if that's
I would agree with that.
If that's going to happen, reward the defense and say, look, you got 3 seconds left to get over midcourt.
Yeah,
You can have your timeout, but you got whatever time is left on a 10-second clock.
Yeah, it's such an alteration of the game.
Brady Lindemann pitches it out. This ball is caught, and that catch is made by Colton Clark. And that might have got a yard to the 43. Where it's 3rd down and 9 as we take a look again on our Pat's Donuts instant replay. I haven't talked to a lot of coaches this summer, Jerry, but I am curious about how they like the foul situation resetting after a quarter.
Yeah.
I've talked to a couple officials who have some complaints about it, but
yeah, I think let's wait and see, I think was kind of the attitude I got from so many coaches.
And we're going to get a false start. Somebody moved for Delphos St. John's. We'll take it back to the 38. And it will still be 3rd down.
See, even like that, I mean,
Yeah.
I realize we're in the 4th quarter. We're late in the game because of the running clock, but, how much time was taken off that, for a penalty?
Trotting back out in his quarterback position is Braden Lindemann. The man in motion this time is Schindler. And back to throw. Up the sideline it goes, and making a fight to catch the football would be number 16,
I think
Hank
we're going to see a
Walpole.
flag on that one.
And that is correct. He had some contacts with Max Ross, as we see it again, right in there.
That was a nice pass. That was on the money, and had he not been held on that, and interfered with, he probably would have caught it. It was right on the money.
See where they mark it after the play, and it's still going to be 3rd down. Is it? Maybe not. Nope, it's going to be a 1st down. So watch them just keep right on marching. To the 46 now of Coldwater, where it will be a 1st down. Delphos, all the down box still says, so now they flipped it over from 3rd to 1st. And we got somebody moved up front. Yep. And that's kind of what this is all about, isn't it, Jerry? Getting experience for young people.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You learn not to get overexcited and those
and
types of things.
Yep, and I know he's as frustrated as anybody.
Yep.
He gets a chance in there, and he wants to do it right. In fact, probably so energetic, and so eager to get going that's what happens.
And as you said, we continue to clock to run through the penalty, and with that the case, it'll be around a minute left in the game by the time we get this ball snapped. Post-game show coming up when this is done. We'll talk about our Stolly Hustle Award winner. And not much yardage that time. Picked up maybe a yard, perhaps. Nope, going to give it a no gain to the 49-yard line. It'll stay on the Delphos side of the field.
Dylan Cantner there, though, I think the ball carrier on that. Ran into a whole host of Cavaliers.
And the play clock now is at 15, so they got time for about one more play if they get this one off. You can hear the announcement in the background. Jerry and I were waiting until the game actually came to a halt to make that announcement, and that is that Coach Otten has now won 200 games in his coaching career. His career coaching record is 200 wins and 64 defeats, and we mentioned earlier in the game he's won 169 games to pass John Reed not long ago, and as the winning coach at Coldwater. So congratulations to Coach Otten on that particular milestone. You talked to him a little bit tonight, didn't you, Jerry?
Yes, I did. What a great man, and what a great respect he has for the game, the kids and the community. I love it.
Coldwater 52, Delphos 7. That brings this one to an end. Post-game show coming up in just a moment. You're watching high school football on WOSN. We're back at Champions Field Stadium Park here in Delphos for the final time this evening. Coldwater has taken a 52-7 win over the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays. First item of business for Jerry and myself is to present a Stolly Hustle Award winner. You can check out the highlights of Stolly Hustle Award winner on the WSN YouTube page. Jerry, there are a lot of guys who played well, especially for Coldwater this evening, but one guy really stood out to us tonight, and that is Cody Depwig.
He sure did. It's so easy sometimes to pick an offensive player, but when you've got somebody like Cody Depwig, and, I'm a big linebacker fan anyhow, and he was so disruptive, 6'2", 225, veteran on that defensive, the linebacking core, and just disrupted things. And I think really by doing that, he was such a key in just setting the tone early on.
There's a couple other things that he did too. He plays on the offensive side. He carried the ball a few times himself this evening, but he is kind of a personal escort for Miles Postcotter and does a good job of protecting Balen Blockberger as well. So he plays both sides of the football very well.
And you can just tell he just loves the game of football. He just plays aggressive all the time, and you don't see a lot of fanfare out of him. He just does his job.
Delphos St. John's will drop to 2-5 on the season. They are 1-4 in the MAC. They are at St. Henry next week. Coldwater remains undefeated, 7-0. They are 5-0, and they will host New Bremen next week. We want to thank the athletic director here. That was Mr. Todd Schulte. Got us all set up here this evening. I want to thank our crew as well. Our director is Jennifer Beck. The two camera people tonight are Megan Sherrick and Jonathan Young, and we appreciate their work as well. Once again, Coldwater takes a victory this evening. It is 52-7 over Delphos. You've been watching high school football on WOSN.